Well, it's finally happened. Star Trek Starfleet Academy has released on Paramount Plus, and several weeks ago, Alec Kurtzman had hoped that this show may be the final tool necessary to save his career at Paramount and give him access to more Star Trek. Well, if Rotten Tomatoes popcorn meter for the audience is accurate, a 35% rating, well then, Alec Kurtzman, the audience is sending you a clear message.
You finished! You through! You washed up!
Let's be honest about this. A pilot for a series is either going to make you hunger for more, it's going to come out swinging and you're going to cry, yes, I'm going to watch this, or it's going to absolutely make you want to turn and run away. And a lot of people today watch this pilot episode and it really upset a lot of people. In my case, however, for the most part, I found this episode incredibly boring. It was slow. It did have some scenes that came across as fast action, but they were brief. They were incredibly brief, and I honestly really had a problem with some of the characters. Starfleet Academy has problems. It does. From the very beginning, we watch a court hearing where our villain or protagonist of the story, Newsbraca, brought down a shuttle and killed the pilot for food. He claims, at least. And the chancellor here, she's not the chancellor at the time. I believe she's like a captain. And she's trying him for that murder. At the same time, she made a deal with Caleb's mother. Caleb's about, I'm going to say 6 or 8 years old in this scene here. And his mother made a deal with Aki here, promising that if she delivered Newsbraca to her, that she would be given a lenient sentence and be able to be with her son. But because the pilot died, she is now being dragged down with Braca, and she's got to go to a penal colony. She lied to the boy's mother just to get this man sentenced. That to me is bad. Now, yeah, she made the deal with him when the pilot was alive, apparently, but now that he's dead, she's going down for the count too, even though she agreed to this deal, and the captain here, or Aka, has just screwed her over. After the hearing was over, Caleb escaped from Starfleet, or whatever base they were on, in the middle of a sandstorm. Now, 15 years later, we have Aki here on some other planet teaching children. She resigned her commission from Starfleet after that trial. She felt guilty about screwing Caleb's mother and losing Caleb. Now, 15 years later, we've got an admiral here coming over to her and saying, we want you to become the chancellor for the new Starfleet Academy that we are starting back up. And she won't take the job unless Caleb, who is in prison, will be allowed to join Starfleet with her.
A captain who resigned in disgrace? Oh, wait, that's me.
A captain who resigned because we separated a mother and child.
I separated them.
You didn't have a choice.
No. Here's the thing. I did. Separating children from their parents isn't exceptional. It's reprehensible.
Anyone else here getting the sense that Alec Kurtzman is trying to throw his opinion on today's political climate into a Star Trek TV show? Yes, Star Trek has always dealt in politics, but why would you need to do something like this? Starfleet separating children from their families. I'm finding that hard to believe, at least in Gene Roddenberry's era. I don't seeing that happening. And now let me introduce you to the USS Athena. This is the ship that is also making up Starfleet Academy, which will, when it reaches San Francisco, attach itself to the rest of the school campus, and it'll become the image that we have all seen when it is in San Francisco. This ship has to be one of the ugliest things that I have ever seen, and believe me, since I have watched Star Trek Discovery, Picard, there have been some ugly ships, but this thing's pretty nasty. Now, this has been said many times before, but why in the world would you put your entire training class aboard a starship where, I don't know, stuff can happen at any time, any day of the week. And then the question that I have regarding Starfleet now using a starship as the Academy, does that mean there is no more Kobayashi Maru training simulators? Or do they attach them to this starship? Now let's talk a little bit about this cadet right here, Cadet Kra.
I see you declared early. Molecular biology and regenerative therapies. Do no harm's not a phrase you hear a whole lot in Klingon.
This is an interesting Klingon because he does not believe that it is an honorable thing to die in battle. Rather, he would prefer to live a victorious life. Again, a very interesting Klingon, complete opposite of every Klingon that we have ever come in contact with. Now we're going to talk about this character. Half Jemadar, half Klingon. Now listen very closely to what she says to our cadet Klingon.
And why do you not yearn for the honor of a valiant death in battle like the rest of our kind Cadet Krach?
Do you not just hear that? Now why do you not yearn to die a glorious battle like the rest of us, rest of our people? What do you mean the rest of our people? Nowhere in your features do I see anywhere any resemblance to a Klingon at all. Now this is another look at our starship which passes for a school. This thing gives me no feel like I'm watching Star Trek. It is an ugly design. It honestly looks more like a symbol someone would wear on their shirt than it does a spaceship. Now this is a character I have so many questions about. This is Sam. Sam is a holographic Starfleet cadet. She comes from a planet where the whole planet is nothing but holographic people. Very interesting little piece of story here. I'm just wanting to know how someone like this and how a planet of holograms actually survives. I know in Deep Space Nine that they found a planet filled with holograms, but they also had a generator there to support the holograms. How is this going to work out? Do they have a large mobile emitter amongst them? And at the same time, how do they survive off-world? I mean, yeah, the doctor here has his mobile emitter, and it's been upgraded many times, but the point is a holographic world filled with holographic people just sounds like an incredibly stupid idea. And speaking of stupid ideas, apparently some time ago the doctor decided he got sick and tired of looking the same age as he did back on Voyager, so he introduced a program to his mobile emitter that made him grow older. Okay, so we still have 9 episodes to go in this series, and I'm not going to talk anymore about the characters. They don't impress me right now. But hopefully there will be some decent character development throughout the series. I have been told that the pilot has nothing to do with the rest of the series. So my question is, what the hell's the point of watching the pilot if it has really nothing to do with the rest of the series? It is quite possible that Paramount doesn't have a lot of confidence in this series and its future because the first episode, the pilot episode, is on YouTube for free. Have you seen Starfleet Academy? I would love to know your thoughts and comments on this. I spent an hour and 15 minutes watching this show, and to me, it was a real boring episode. This is the pilot episode, and yes, I know you want to introduce your characters, you want to get the audience to know them, get them to like them, but the problem that I see here is these characters are just two-dimensional. There's nothing to them. I'm not at all interested in them. And the one character at all, the most of all, that bothers me the most in all of this is the holographic cadet. That just sounds so much like a stupid idea. Well, drop those comments below and let me know. Tell me what you think. And until the next time, my friends, God bless.